kids, to another fine episode of Cooking with Dr. Gold. Welcome back, man. We got a really great show for you tonight. First off, we have the 1981 movie called Absurd, right? It's also called Zombie 6 Monster Hunter. Now, neither title seems to make any more sense than the other, but let's just go with Absurd for now because that's where we're going. And as per the movie, the important part of the film is it's set on Super Bowl Sunday. That's going to be real funny in about half an hour. So we're going to be making a couple of Super Bowl greats. Super Bowl great from the movie, which I'm currently, I'm just waiting on it and preheating the oven for the other Super Bowl bit of deliciousness. We've got some really hot wings and some pasta sauce, strangely enough. Okay, so stay tuned to Cooking with Dr. Gold.
More of your silly designs, Katya?
Give it back, Mom.
Of course. But why don't you read something instead? Or watch television? You're supposed to keep your mind active, not obsessed. You just keep doing the same design over and over again. It's not right. You mustn't go on this way, Katya. One day soon, you're going to get up out of bed. And you'll be fine. And all of this will be an unpleasant memory.
Call Blitz and make him stop barking. God, that dog's annoying.
Blitz! Blitz!
How's the pressure?
Dropping.
Give him some oxygen. Number 2. Number 3, Emily. Number 1. 4. Pressure?
Normal.
Check the heartbeat. 1. 4.
Doctor.
1.5 cc's.
Hey, look who's there!
Hey, Grandpa, how you doing?
Somebody look away, man!
Oh, hi, Grandpa.
Want a ride?
Look at him weaving. He's having a problem there.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Grandpa! Get out! On the ground we go. Get down. Here, stop. Hey, Grandpa.
Grandpa, you want your balance?
Hey, can I have a sip? Hey, man.
Hey, watch out.
Hey, bro.
Walk down the street. Hey, guys, I'm sorry.
Rats, get out of here! Hey.
Shaughnessy! Shaughnessy!
Is that you, Sergeant?
You better watch your step, Shaughnessy. If I catch you drunk just once more, I'm gonna have to lock you up. Get it?
Now, I want you to know that I have absolutely no explanation for these scenes. It's like a busload full of stupid slammed into a carton of stereotype and then just spun out of control in a big pool of what the crap.
He isn't going to make it. Adrenaline. That's enough. Pressure and cardiac rhythm?
Normal.
Thank you. Sutures. It's absurd. Completely absurd. Recuperative powers like that simply don't exist.
A tribute to your skill, Doctor.
I'd like to accept the compliment, Emily, but I can't. You were there, and you saw what happened. He started recovering on his own before I even had a chance to begin the heart massage.
Yes, I saw, but what I remember are his eyes. For a minute, I thought he was really conscious.
A nervous contraction. Or at least, let's say, that's the only explanation I can come up with. What I'm remembering is how quickly his blood coagulated while I was operating on him. It's something I've never seen before in my life.
Could it be an anomaly of the lymphatic system?
It's possible. We'll do all the indicated tests and analyses, of course. Could you take care of that, please, Emily?
Oh, I'm supposed to go to the Bennett's place. Is that all right?
Ah, yes, yes. How is the little girl?
She has tremendous willpower. I hope to God that deviation will disappear.
It will. And thanks will be due to you as well as to him. Go on.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll see you tomorrow.
It was a horrible thing. The first thing I did when I came to my senses was to phone the hospital. But I suppose there's not much hope for the poor man.
No, I'm afraid not. I'm no doctor. But I don't think it looks good. They don't expect him to pull through. I saw the blood on the gate. You know what I'm wondering? How did he manage to wound himself in that way? Had you ever seen this man before?
No, never. I imagined that he was going to rob the house.
What, pull a robbery with the owners at home? Doesn't make sense. Your husband is away?
No, he's out in a job. Decided to watch the game on television. At the forests. They're friends of ours. They live nearby. They're expecting us at 10. We don't like to leave Katya on her own too long.
Of course. How's she coming along?
Oh, better. But there's still a long time to go before she can get out of bed.
I see. Well, I'll be getting on my way. Goodbye, Mrs. Bennett, and
All right.
thank you for your help. Give my regards to Katya. Right?
I will, thanks.
Evening, sir. Could I see some identification, please? Driver's license, credit card.
Ah, yes. Yes, I've got... I have a passport.
Thank you, sir. What are you doing in this neck of the woods? Visiting our roaring metropolis on foot?
Oh, no, my automobile, it breaks down some kilometers.
Kilometers, huh? Well, it's lucky you bumped into me. There's no one out tonight. They've all gone home to watch the game. It's a big night. The Rams and the Steelers for the championship. Get in. I'll see if I can find you a mechanic.
Oh, it's very kind. Thank you.
You like football? American football, that is.
Yes.
How was he doing?
Incredibly well. Look at him. Only 2 hours ago, he was on the operating table.
So I see. He's incredible. Like the histological examinations and all the other tests. They indicate his blood is reproducing itself at triple the normal rate.
Did you tell Dr. Kramer?
Yeah. He said to send everything to the biophysical lab for further tests.
Doctor.
He's awake.
Thelma! Thelma! Help me! Stop it! Come! Calm down!
Move it. What was that about?
Hello, Walter. It's Ben. Oh, you were asleep. Sorry. No, look. I left a guy in front of your house about half an hour ago. Said his car broke down. That's right. A foreigner. Huh? Nobody, huh? Okay. Okay. Sorry about that, huh? Go back to sleep. That Greek.
Hey, Sergeant. Sergeant, Peter's bar didn't close until after hours, as usual. He doesn't give a damn about the law. I think we should pull him in this time.
Yeah. Hi, Thelma. Huh? What? I'll be right over there. Hold on.
Where are we off to, Sarge?
We're gonna have a few words with a lying tourist.
Everything seems to be all right again. But I still think you better have 2 units of Penamix.
Yes, Doctor.
Dr. Gruber, you're needed in the emergency ward. Dr. Gruber, please.
Yes, what is it?
A young boy has damaged his hand with a firecracker.
I'll be right there. Thelma, don't leave him alone, not for a minute. He's all yours, Sergeant.
Thank you, Jim. Well. So you decided to come to the hospital to get your car fixed. Is that it? What are you up to, mister? Huh? That guy in there is afraid of you. Why? Are you responsible for the wounds he's got? Huh? Talk, damn you! Well, you decided to talk? Sit down.
But it is important that I go with you. Important.
Stay just where you are. Keep an eye on him, Jim. Come on. All right. Once more from the top. You entered this country 2 days ago, that right?
I have already told you my story, Inspector. There is no more time that we can lose.
Well, mister, I'm just a dumb small-town cop, and I have trouble understanding certain things, especially if they're so crazy, so far out. Lots of us hicks are like that. So, let's hear it again.
I know how it seems my story, but there exists a reality that we do not see.
Is that a fact? It's really kind of you to tell me that. Well, it's the reality I did see that interests me. That nurse back there. The one with the drill through her head.
Yes. Yes, I know. And it is sad for me. Well, I will tell everything. But I should like the doctor who operated on him, that he should also be present. He will convince you better than I.
Okay. Let's go see Dr. Kramer.
It's extraordinary. I've never seen such an extensive cerebral mass. This one we took after the operation.
It doesn't make sense, Dr. Kramer. His brain got bigger after the operation.
I know science cannot accept it.
So this Nikos Thanopoulos is, how shall I put it, immortal?
Nor can blind faith accept it, but it is so. His body can regenerate dead cells.
Now that is hard to believe.
It'll be for me. Engelman. Yeah, I was expecting the call. Put him through. Yeah, this is Engelman. All right, thanks. So, turns out you're a priest.
I serve God with biochemistry more than with rites and ceremonies.
Yes, the consul told me you're doing some kind of experimental work in your institute. But shouldn't you have alerted the authorities instead of running after this guy on your own?
When he escaped from the laboratory, after the contamination, we advise authorities. They organize great hunt. You see this? Here is written that he is dead. Officially dead.
Well, we can use the picture, but what's the article about?
Excuse me, it is written that Mikos is killed by rifles by expert marksmen, and that his body is disappeared into the sea.
All right. Let's get back to now. Tell me, we know he kills, only do you know why?
I would say that he does not regenerate cells perfectly, that he is insane.
We have to find some way of stopping him.
But you just said he can't be killed.
Oh, but there is a way. His blood coagulates, and his cell memory reconstitutes any organ that is injured, all but his brain. Once the cerebral cells are destroyed, they cannot regenerate. It is his brain that is his weak point.
first recipe is really just the recipe. There's nothing special to do on your stovetop. This is done crock pot. Now you can cook it on the stovetop. Just turn it really, really low and watch it and stir it. But really, it's a crock pot recipe. You put it in, you leave it in 6 hours, and you don't worry about it. If it goes wildly out of control and you've made it 8 hours, because that's how long work is, it's gonna be exactly the same, man. So you measure out your ingredients carefully. And I can't stress that enough. Get them carefully, because when you're getting too much of one and not enough of the other, you're changing everything about that recipe. It's going to taste very, very different. At least wait till the second time you make it to say, okay, I'm going to add some more garlic. I'm going to add some more this or that. That's fine, man, but try it one time the way we've got it. And I think you will be very, very happy with your Super Bowl midnight party. Yeah, it'll make sense later. All right. So we did this recipe in an earlier episode. So we're going to show real quick, because I'm not going to put you through doing the exact same thing one more time, or more specifically putting myself through it. So watch close, do as they say, and when we come back, I'll talk to you about the pasta side of that dish. Okay, as we know, kids, it's all in the ingredients. There's just a few ingredients in this and a lot of seasoning there, man. We're gonna need 2 cans of tomato sauce. We're gonna need a single can of crushed tomatoes and a can of tomato paste. Now we're gonna get ourselves 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're gonna get ourselves 2 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar. Take a look at that. We're gonna need a tablespoon of the dark mustard. We're gonna need half a tablespoon, which is a teaspoon and a half, of the Worcestershire of that brown sauce. We're gonna need a teaspoon and a half of minced garlic. We're gonna need a single bay leaf, just the one. That's gonna be plenty. We need a teaspoon of the beef bouillon. If you have the dry stuff, that's just 1 cube. We're gonna need a tablespoon of oregano. We're gonna need a teaspoon and a half of thyme. We're gonna need a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of that Cajun seasoning. Remember that? That Cajun seasoning that Bob held up the sign for us so we know how to make it. So you get all that stuff together, get your crock pot out, and we're ready to begin. All right, we go to the crock pot now that Grandma Gould gave us, and we start putting things together. It doesn't take very long. We get our tomato paste in there. Oh, look, it all came out of the can. Look at that. That's amazing. We add our tomato sauce. Two cans. Then we get some extra body in there with some crushed tomatoes. Now, let's add the liquid ingredients there with the apple cider vinegar and the British sauce. We got the beef base in there as well. And then the dry ingredients. Right there, look at all that. Well, it didn't want to leave. Well, let's just motivate it a little bit. Boom, there we go. Now that's easy enough, man. You just take it in here, you slowly stir it together to incorporate everything. Make it nice and even. There we go. Smooth, ready. Now you take your crock pot, you turn it on to low, you put your lid on there, you let that bad boy sit for the next 6 hours. Okay, something to remember about pasta. Now, I'm not going to sit here and boil water and have the camera above it and show me boiling water, because that's dumb. Even by my standards, that's really dumb. So I am going to tell you something important, and that is how to tell when your spaghetti is done, okay? And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, you throw it against the wall, and if it sticks, it's done. And that's wrong. That's wrong. That's bad. If you throw your pasta at the wall and it sticks, it's overdone. You're turning your pasta in the mush. You don't want to turn your pasta in the mush. You cook it to what's called al dente, right? Just a tiny bit of bite to it. You don't want it to mush in your mouth because that's gross and that's nasty, and that won't stay on your plate for 30 minutes before it dissolves into some unspeakable terror. What you do is you taste it. When you look at it and you see that it's bending really nice, that the color is changing just a bit, take a fork, pull a piece out, cool it off, and take a bite. If you've got that bite to it, pull it off the heat, throw it through your colander, shock it with cold water, and then you can serve your pasta with a hot sauce and so forth. Now that you have that, you're ready for a midnight Super Bowl party with spaghetti and meat sauce. So stay tuned. We've got some real Super Bowl Sunday food, and that is some hot wings. So stay tuned, and we'll take care of you then.
I don't need them tomorrow morning. I need them now, damn it. I can't get you the captain's order. He's at home watching the game. It's my ass if I call him now. Damn them and damn you. Nothing doing. They can't send anyone till tomorrow morning. And in the meantime, that thing is walking our streets.
Tomorrow morning could be too late. We must be the ones to move.
So this is the team, eh? A priest, a detective near retirement, and a young moron rookie of a cop. Terrific. Just terrific.
It is better that I have a gun. I know what you are thinking, but there is nothing of human left in him. He is creature of evil. The spark of God was smothered the moment the devil took possession of him.
I guess you know more about that line of business than I do, Father. I'll give you a car, and we can look for him separately. It's not a big town, but it's spread out.
Okay, let's recap. 1, cop thinks priest is crazy, possibly dangerous. 2, priest does not actually deny these allegations. 3, cop gives priest a car and a gun. What could possibly go wrong?
If you're thinking of what went on, yes, I can forgive that. Only, how does one forgive the future?
Oh, hi, Daddy.
When let it come in order to see what
Hi,
it may
monster.
bring. I know you left
A
me.
real monster came today.
Stop that, Willie. We had an accident.
What kind of accident?
A thief tried to climb over the gate and was wounded horribly on the points. They took him to the hospital.
Even the police were here, Daddy.
Sergeant Engelman dropped by. It seems the man was a foreigner. But he'll come by tomorrow and let us know more.
Okay. Aren't you ready yet?
Darling, I really don't feel much like leaving the kids on their own, especially after what happened today. I thought we could stay home and watch the game and be alone.
Come on, Carol. Forrests are expecting us. We can't just not show. We should have warned them earlier. Did you ask Emily if she can sleep over?
I did phone her. She said she would, but she isn't here yet.
She'll get here. You get ready. I'll go see Katya.
All right. All right.
It's not too late, Angela, darling. We could start again. Why not?
How can you ever think that now?
It's easy. When your feelings run as deep as mine do, my dearest, nothing seems to be impossible.
It can't be. No, you know that.
That's simply not true, my love. We did decide on a policy of forgive and forget, didn't we?
You did. No, I can't. If you're thinking of what went on, yes, I can forgive that. Only, how does one forgive the future?
Hi, Princess. How you doing?
Fine. Did Mama tell you about what happened?
She did. Were you frightened?
No. But Willie cried for a solid hour.
Your mother and I are going over to the forests. Do you mind?
No, Daddy. What happened? What's the matter?
Why?
You're strange. You seem worried. It makes me think something's the matter. If it's about me, please don't worry. I'm fine. Honestly, I am. Really.
I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, if I'm nervous, it's something to do with work. Nothing serious. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, Sarge, is it true the only way to kill him is by shooting him through the head?
That's right, Sherlock. Now all you gotta do is keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. Got it?
Bye, dear. Peggy, remember, you're
Bye.
not to leave until Emily gets here. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Whose car shall we take?
Well, let's take mine. It's in front. I just hope that little moron does as I told her. I'm feeling very nervous.
Oh, stop worrying. We're just going down the road. After all, it's not as if we were leaving for South America.
Yes, but why is Emily so late?
Excuse me, miss. You dropped this when you fell down back there.
Thank you.
Okay, you are about to sit in on the strangest Super Bowl party you will ever see in your entire life. If I was to make this a drinking game, where you took a drink every time you saw something completely out of place, or made, it's not even 0 cents, negative sense, anti-sense, you'd all die halfway through the scene.
A little less than a minute left till kickoff time, folks. Rams won the toss and have elected to receive.
What?
Steelers have chosen to
Hey,
defend
what's
the
with
East
you,
Gold
Chuck?
and take
Doing the
advantage
party.
of favorable winds when they change
Sorry,
for the
John, I'm
second
not
half.
feeling all that great.
There's been a lot of excitement
just let
over
old
this
Doc
game for the
Forrest
last couple
describe
of weeks
here.
around
Hey,
these
this
parts.
will put hair in your chest.
Pittsburgh is more or less putting it on the line with Los Angeles. The team that got off to a slow
Adams
start this
up.
year and then surprised everyone by moving up to a tie with the league leaders in their division at the end of the season, mainly through the throwing arm of their rookie sensation quarterback Josh McDougal.
I want to see the game. I want to see the game.
Well, you're not going to, Willie.
I
You're
want
going
to
off
see
to
the
bed.
game.
Come on now. No more of that nonsense. You know perfectly well it's your bedtime.
What's the matter, Blitz? What is it? What's worrying you?
Hello. Peggy, how are the children? Has Emily shown up yet?
No, not yet, Ma. I just put him to bed.
Well, do wait till Emily's there, would you please?
Oh, yes, of course I will. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Blitz! Blitz, come back here! Blitz! Blitz!
Maybe it was a car accident. I suppose whoever it was could have been taken off to the hospital.
Yeah? Car accident, huh? Not a scratch on the bike.
Oh, Jesus.
My God.
Peggy! Peggy!
You little brat. Let's go see Katya now.
Here we are. Real Neapolitans spaghetti.
First and 10 for the rounds at their own 45-yard line. He's been called. We're at the line of scrimmage. McDougal's wrapping out his call. And McDougal hands the ball off to Lyle, his speedy wingback coming around from the weak side. He's looking for running room. He's got some. He's across the midfield stripe, sidesteps a tackle. He's heading for the sidelines. and he's finally brought down by Big Larry Pack, number 31. That's called keeping the opponent's
John, would
guessing.
you give this plate to Ian, please? Thanks.
Here, wrap the two down some of that.
Okay, it's first pitch
Thanks.
again. They're on the line. It's a quick snap. A peekaboo pass over left
I
guard.
know.
Brooks. Intercept for the Wolves.
It is bad.
Not wasting any time. They're in their huddle already. They're up at the line of scrimmage for their first play. And it's Bradshaw going back into the pocket looking for a receiver. And he sees big number 32 and nails him. And there goes Mr. Harris. He's gone 15, 20, 23. And he's finally stopped by Youngblood, number 27 of the round after a gain of 23 yards.
Well, I wish I were in Italy. Where are you? Every time I eat.
Friendliest station in the state. Now back to this evening's exciting contest between the Los Angeles Rams and
As far as I'm concerned, you're hired.
Don't make me laugh, girl. You can put circles around me all day in the month, and you know it.
Sure.
Padre, this is Engelman. Can you hear me? Pick up the microphone in front of you and push the button to talk.
Yes, Inspector. I hear you.
There's a new victim. A boy from the North End. I called the hospital. They're sending out an ambulance to pick him up. He was torn to shreds. You were right, Padre. That's no man. It's a monster.
You're really nasty. I'm not going to love you anymore if you go on with your stupid jokes.
I didn't mean to scare you like that, Emily.
I know, Willie, I know. I'm not mad, honestly. Don't think about it anymore. And Katya, you mustn't be too mad at Willie either. I'm sure he won't try it again. I know what. While I'm busy with Katya, why don't you go into the den and watch the football game on television, okay?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, what happened to Peggy? Wasn't she supposed to wait for me?
The boogeyman ate her.
I asked her for a glass of water and she disappeared. Probably she was angry.
I'm sure she isn't.
Lisa's disappeared too, Emily.
I'm sure he's sniffing around the house somewhere. Let's go switch on that television set. Come on. Sit down, Tiger.
Just 3 minutes left to play in the
Now you
first
stay
half.
here and behave yourself, okay?
Okay.
Los Angeles 2. After Harris was caught napping in his own end zone by Youngblood. It's certainly been his nemesis today.
Hello.
Emily, is that you?
Yes, Dr. Kramer, how are you?
There's something I have to tell you.
Okay, I'm all ears.
It's about Thelma Gardelli up at the hospital. I'm afraid she was brutally murdered by that man we were operating on this morning.
Oh, my God. How horrible.
I know how close the two of you were, so I thought I'd better tell you right away.
Did they get him?
No, he disappeared without a trace. Well, he did leave one trace. He murdered a boy on a street in the north section of town. The police are out looking for him now, but I understand they're hampered by a lack of available manpower. He's a bloodthirsty beast. Unfortunately, he has such a rapid coefficient of blood coagulation that he can block up any wound he receives in just a few seconds before he can die.
That just can't be. You've got to be joking, Doctor.
I wish I were, but I assure you I'm not. I witnessed it in person. It seems the only way to kill him is to hit him in the cerebral mass.
How is that possible?
Don't ask me. I'm more perplexed than you are. Well, I felt I had to tell you.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, by the way, didn't you say the body of that child was found in the North Quarter?
Yes, Emily, which is where you are now. I think you'd better sleep there at the Bennett's tonight. Don't try to go home.
Yes, I see. Thank you.
Down to the line of scrimmage. The receivers break, and it's a quarterback sneak. And there he goes. He's across the 45 at an incredible lateral pass, almost the width of the field into Martinson's waiting arms. And I don't think anyone is going to stop him. He's past midfield, the 40, the 35. He's over the 20-yard line now, and Martinson's over for the first touchdown of the game right at halftime.
How long ago did Peggy leave?
Oh, about 10 minutes before you got here.
And your parents are over at the Forest's place?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason.
How much longer do we have to do this?
Until you can get up. It's the only way to keep your muscles in action. Otherwise, when the day comes that you're finally cured, you won't be able to stand on your feet.
But are you sure I'll be cured?
Of course, sweetheart. You're under a type of traction now that will eliminate that deviation in the spinal column. You're sure to get better. You're young.
Snap. And it's a handoff to Mortensen, who sweeps around his own left end, cuts back inside, avoids a tackle, and looks around for some blocking, and he's galloping. Big number 72 just gave him a beautiful block, and he's got more room. He's past midfield. He's past before anyone. Come heck or high water, as my old pappy used to say. Power and speed and lots of smart. Very well go all the way. Just sit back and watch them. Not the Pittsburgh Steelers are your common garden variety junior high school team either. They've got one of the greatest defensive lines in history, and the opposing team is wondering where the points went to. Couple that with a gentleman named Mr. Terry Bradshaw, and you've got a mixture that's sometimes almost too rich for human consumption. All right, here come the Rams. First and 10 on the Pittsburgh 29.
Of course, it made her look 30 pounds heavier.
And a pass it is. Peterson's going out. Peterson's going out, and he snacks it down in the end zone, and it's 15-3 Rams. Here comes the kickoff. It's barely good. Into there is Portland, who grabs it just outside his end zone and starts it from the field. He's past the 10, the 20, the 30, the 40. Midfield, this boy is going to go far. He's across the Rams 40. We're
going to do that, Teddy. We're going to do it.
First and 10.
This was me with Johnson.
And it's intercepted. Here comes Ronnie Vincent. Don't street for the Rams. Robs the ball straight back down.
There's no colored hair or artist in the world.
Watch how the camera stays on Big Johnny Horvath, the Pittsburgh number 58. He's mean and he's tough, and he is out for blood, believe you me. And he makes the tackle. What a seesaw, ding-dong, back and forth, whip-flicking Donnybrook we've got going here today, folks. We're in the fourth quarter.
Blitz.
Just under 3 minutes to go. The Steelers are down 15-3, but they look beaten. Have they given up? There is just one answer to that, folks. It's a two-letter word that starts with N and ends with O. Try it in your next profit book.
Blitz. 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 Come here. Blitz. 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 man's back. I just saw him in the kitchen. Honestly.
Willie, stop that nonsense.
Honestly.
I hope you're not just trying to scare us again.
It's the truth. Honest. He wanted to eat me. Come see. Come see.
All right, I'll go have a look. But you stay here.
I already told you, there is no boogeyman out there. Now, would you calm down and stop trying to scare people?
Welcome back, kids. Now here we are getting ready to make some really fine Super Bowl wings, all right? Now some people like the straight buffalo wing, hot fire, Some like to get the stuff they got on vacation and bring it back and pour it in huge amounts and then burn themselves possibly to death doing permanent damage. You don't want to do that. To be quite honest, most of us just get stuff out of a bottle because it's faster, it's easier, and there's a real possibility that depending how late in the day you're making your wings, you've had a beer or four. Dr. Gould himself doesn't particularly deal with beer because beer is foamy and it makes you burp a lot, and I don't particularly care to do that. They stare at you when you're on the bus. Now, you can get your wings cut however you want. Some with a full wing where you can fold it back, and some, like I've done, just go ahead and cut them up to the drumettes and the flats right here. Don't use the tips because there's all the meat is on right here. Now, while your oven is preheating, once you've rinsed your wings in the sink to get rid of any excess whatever what was done in packing, just pat them dry. Make sure there's no excess water on them because they won't crisp up. They'll be dehydrating the water and they'll leave a soft spot on the chicken and it won't be crispy. Now something else we can do to make sure it's good and crispy, because we want crisp, we want crunch in there. I hate to bite into a chicken wing and go, oh, wow, that just tastes like fat and nastiness. That's bad. Let's get some baking powder, right? I know what you're saying, Dr. Gould. Why would I get baking powder on here? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because once you get a little bit of baking powder, and I don't mean a huge amount, just cover it a tiny bit. Because then that cooks. That's going to crisp that chicken up even more. Now, I don't have any foil down here. If I had some foil, I'd put some foil down here. But that's okay. What I've done is I've seasoned this pan by using it 100,000 bazillion times. So the chicken is not going to stick. Of course it will. I'll scrape it. Now you sit your chicken just a little bit apart. You don't want to just dump it right in there, have everything on top of everything else, because that's gross and nasty, and that won't cook properly. And we want it to cook properly. So you get your chicken all on there. Leave it uncovered. You got your oven set at 400 degrees. You sit it in there, and you give it 35 minutes. Okay, 35 minutes. Let's see what time it is here. Okay, 35 minutes from now, we're going to pull these wings out. We're going to dress them up. Okay, so hang out and see how we do that. Okay. Okay, here we are, kids. We're ready to get to the next step with our chicken wings, man. Now it's been 35 minutes at 400 degrees. Okay, our chicken's not quite done cooking. All I've gone and done is I've flipped the wings over about halfway through. Didn't see a reason to film that for you. I figure you can figure that out, how to do that yourself. Now, here's the next step. It all depends on what kind of sauce you're wanting, man. And you can make your own. You can use your granddad's, your grandmom's, whoever made it in your family. You can make that myself to save some time and use it how about, 85% of the people do out there. I'm going to use some stuff from a bottle. I want it fairly sweet, so we're going to use some kind of barbecue sauce who are not currently paying me for this. Now, how much am I putting in here? What could it possibly matter? Look at that. I've got some in there, and Dr. Gould likes the cooking rule of some. We've got some barbecue sauce in there. And I'm going to heat that up just a little bit. We do want a little bit of zing in that, man. I'm not making buffalo. I'm not making death red dragon pepper chilies or anything like that. I'm using some sriracha. Okay, sriracha. It's good stuff, man. Use it. Buy it. You'll cook with it all the time. But it's got some zing, kids. Don't let them lie to you. Now, woo. That should be plenty of that. Look at there, huh? Look at that. Woo! We're going to stir that up a little bit. There we go. Lighten / darken that color up. And let's see how our wings are doing. Woo! Now you can see, we're going to get up here where you can see, like I said, they're not quite done. They're close. And they're getting crispy. That's the whole point here, is we want them to get crispy. But we want some sauce on them. And I want that sauce to just cook right in there and not just be dipped in it, because that's, who cares? We take a thing and we'll watch it. We take a bowl of Who's It. And we cover our happy little wings. Ooh, you gotta smell that, man. You got the sweetness of a barbecue sauce. You know, let's get that all over there. But you got the zing of that sriracha coming at you. If you prefer buffalo, who am I to judge? I mean, come on. Think of the source. So let's get all of that on there. Get that on one side. Yeah, it's going to fall right over. Let's set that right there. Got my tongs. Gonna flip them over just a bit there. Yeah. Flip. Ooh, that's a little warm. We're going to get the other side. There we go. Now that should do us nicely. Now we're going to put these in here for about another 10. Check them after 5. We don't want to get super crispy, burnt, nasty, and that's not good. A lot of cooking, especially since everybody's ovens are a little bit different. Sometimes they're calibrated, sometimes they're not. Check them, man. Go there and make sure, scrape the bottom of that a little bit. Make sure it doesn't stick. I'm not saying that any of the ones I was doing earlier stuck in a negative fashion, because why would I admit to anything like that? And sometimes you can, if you have a wire rack, I didn't have a wire rack. I'll put a little wire rack in that pan and use that to keep them off of there. But either way, you can make sure that your wings don't stick. I'm sure you got them in there for 35 minutes or so. Then you get your sauce on them. Or give them another 10. I'm going to check them here in about 5. So come back in 5 or 10 or 30 or however much of the movie is after this, and we'll see how they look. Alrighty, here we are about 10 minutes later by my time. And here's what came out the oven, man. Look at that. Don't let it look nice. See how crispy that is? Take a whiff of that. Lean in real close to your monitor and go, and then realize how silly you feel. But these are some good chicken wings, man. Traditional is traditional in everybody's house. Some people like the buffalo sauce. You saw what I did with barbecue and sriracha. Sure, that chili sauce. It's good stuff, man. So give it a try. On your next Super Bowl party, have some pasta and possibly some wings, though I would replace the wine that they had in the movie with almost anything else. So until next time, kids, thank you for watching Cooking with Dr. Ghoul.
get together next Wednesday for lunch. And for God's sake, don't bring Jill, okay? Bye. Carol, it's all yours.
As far as I can tell, there's no one here.
I imagine they're all sleeping. What's the matter with you, Ian?
Nothing. Other than running over a man today and not stopping to help him.
Ian.
Emily, what happened?
Oh, nothing at all. The lights simply went out. I'll turn them back on. Now, don't you move. Understand?
All right. Emily, what is it? What's the matter? Emily, it's broken.
Oh. Come over here. Now, Willie, listen to me carefully. You know where your parents have gone. I want you to run over to them. Hurry.
It's dark outside. I don't know where the house is.
It doesn't matter. Go outside, Willie. Go as far away from here as you can. Please, Willie, do as I tell you.
I don't want to. It's dark out there. Don't let me go. Please, Emily. Emily,
do as I tell you.
Please.
Willie, please. Listen, there's a man in the house.
Who is he?
A sick man. He's crazy and very dangerous.
And where's Willie?
I sent him away to look for help. We just got to stay here until someone comes.
Do you understand? You mustn't be frightened. Oh.
Ian, how could you do such a thing? Do you know what they could do to you now?
I don't know what happened to me. I just didn't stop, that's all. I was tired. I was in a hurry to get home to you and the kids.
But whoever it was might be lying in a ditch, hurt.
No, I'm positive. I just brushed against him.
Oh, Ian. Look. They've turned the lights on again. I guess they're not asleep.
Wow, it's kind of like Uma Thurman's toe scene, but dumber and more irritating.
God's name, put her down. Natia feces!
Someone's coming, Carol. Where is he? What's happened?
Mommy! Daddy! Here I am! Here I am!
Oh, darling, are you all right?
Oh, sure.
Listen, Willie, is he still in the house?
I don't know.
Is who still in the house? Who?
What's going on?
The boogeyman.
What is it?
Look, Willie, you don't need to be afraid anymore.